life, you will meet two people: destiny helpers and destiny destroyers. Now, what will determine you getting close to your destiny and living in the beauty that God has for you is your ability to discern between the two. God said, "My people perish from lack of knowledge." So if you don't have the knowledge and the discernment to differentiate between somebody that is God sent and somebody that is devil sent, you have a big problem on your hands. You have a big problem on your hands. And please don't comment saying, "Oh, well, if God has something for someone, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be able to spot anything because God is always..." I don't use belief systems and religion to remove responsibility from me. That type of corruption is what I'm talking about when I say that many people don't want to take responsibility for their lives. People don't want to understand that you do have a responsibility as well. You do have a responsibility to get your spirit and your vibes high enough where you're able to detect these kind of things. You have to have the ability to pay attention to your dreams and interpret them. We don't use belief systems as a crutch. We are grown women and grown men who have to take responsibility for our lives, and we have to take responsibility for who we let in our lives. We have to take responsibility for missing red flags. We have to take responsibility for having a bad feeling about someone and letting them in anyways and disobeying discernment and intuition. So we don't use belief system as crutches to not stand firm in our wisdom and in our own right. When God is showing you something about someone, when God is revealing to you that something is not right with someone or somebody is not for you, God is not going to come down from heaven and choke you out and say, "Hey, listen. He's not going to do that. It's your responsibility to be sharp to protect your destiny and your life. The sharper you are, the more protected you will be. So it's very important in life for us to be vigilant and wise about protecting our life and our destiny so we can reach what God has for us. I wanted to talk to you guys today about destiny destroyers. There are destiny helpers. There are destiny destroyers. And for those of you all who have a massive plan in your life where God has something really big for you, you are a world changer, a chosen one, it is important for you to identify the motives behind why someone wants to be a part of your life. Until you are able to master the ability to discern and understand why somebody wants to be a part of your life and who sent that person, you will leave yourself susceptible to attacks, destiny swaps, destiny exchanges, and destiny destroying. Selena and Yolanda is a perfect example of Yolanda being a destiny destroyer. Selena was on her way to a whole other level of stardom. Around that period of time in Selena's life, in case you guys didn't know, she just started recording her American album. Around that time of her life, all of the music companies in the US, the producing companies, they fell in love with Selena. Because originally Selena was always making Latin music, but Americans fell in love with her and they couldn't get enough. So it was decided we are going to do a massive American album. Now it was time for Selena to become extremely popular in the U.S. American states. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight. Love that song. Yeah, that was on Selena's American album. Same thing with the other song, I Could Fall in Love with You, Baby, right? Yolanda spotted that and said, you know what? Her destiny is about to get really bright. Now's my chance. I'm going to take her out. Destiny destroyers will usually remain present when they are trying to stop a particular person from getting ahead. So when somebody comes into your life or is attempting to get in proximity to you, you must ask God and Holy Spirit, who sent this person? And God will quickly reveal to you if that person is a friend, if they're a foe. It's going to be difficult for you without the spirit of discernment to tell the difference. Why? Because people fall in love with words. People fall in love with compliments. If you want someone to put their guard down, compliment them. Act like you're interested in their life. It's easy to strike people when you do those things. Because people look at the exterior, not the interior. I have a funny example of that for one of my businesses. I have cameras. I think I've told you guys this before. And I had a new person come in and I can hear conversations through the camera and I can see what's going on through the camera. And this person was sitting down talking crap about me for at least 45 minutes. And I'm hearing everything that's being said. I'm hearing all conversations that's being had and they don't even know it. Well, they do know it because they know there's cameras, but I guess they didn't think, sometimes people forget. When I pulled up to my place of business, because I had to drop off some files and get some paperwork and get some things done, the first person that the person talking crap about me did when I walked in was flood me with compliments. Not knowing that I know the conversations that were had behind my back before I got there. So that person clearly is a threat to my destiny because they were sitting down and conspiring and discussing what they can report me for to get my business closed. That's never going to happen because God is the foundation of all my businesses. And if anybody tries to do anything, the weapon will form, but it's not going to prosper. God is going to flick that thing out of the way. I'm not going to say they're not going to try. People will always try, but they don't understand the foundation of your life. And when God is the foundation of all that you do, people can try and do whatever. They will not succeed in the long run. So a destiny destroyer is going to try and cloak themselves and wear a mask. They will wear a masquerade because they don't want you to know that the whole reason that they are now embedded in your environment is to destroy your progress. And let's just say, after I heard all that stuff, that person's no longer around. Because you cannot allow a weed to be in your garden that's going to cause damage. So, destiny destroyers have a way of masquerading themselves so that they can get in proximity to the target to do the deed that needs to get done. But when you reach a point in your life where you take your life seriously, which is the point of life I'm trying to get you guys on, when you get to a point in your life where you take your life seriously, there is no room for a destiny destroyer to be present. Because God will give you the discernment, God will give you the intuition, God will give you the dream. But it's still your job to open up your eyes and see what's really going on. That's how Selena got her destiny destroyed. Yolanda was on a mission from the day she met Selena to destroy her destiny because she knew Selena was destined for greatness. And when you are destined for greatness, don't think people don't see that. Strangers see that. You are destined to be great in life. So they allow the enemy to possess them. They allow the devil to possess them. You see, when your soul is in a low vibrational state, when your state is of mind and your soul and spirit is low, the devil can use you as a puppet. The devil will put a battery in your back to go after someone that you should be protecting. That's how cunning the devil is. So keep your vibe so high that the devil cannot use you as his minion. A lot of people, the devil is your father. You think he's not, but he is. Because you're always going after people with bright stars. You're always going after people that God has a plan in their life. You allow the devil to manipulate you and use you as his dummy. And then guess what? You're going to get wiped out in the process. A good example of that is when they threw Daniel in the lion's den and he started, the blood of Jesus was over him and he left the den unscratched. But his enemies got thrown in along with their families and got tore from limb to limb because they let the devil use them. When you let the devil use you to go against someone's destiny, to go against God's chosen, you will be thrown in the lion's den and you will get tore from limb to limb. That's why when I meet a destiny destroyer or somebody is trying to get in the way of my progress, I laugh because they will get tore from limb to limb. It's not how, it's when, because it will happen. So when it comes to destiny destroyers, people who want to see you not reach the promised land that God has for you, family, friends, strangers on the internet that collaborate for your demise, these people are very strategic. For my business, I had a call the other day. Somebody was requesting services to come and see the business to get services, and they called off no caller ID. And mid-conversation, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You want services, right?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why are you calling on a blocked number, though, if this is a public business? And if we decide to give you services, we do background checks, thorough first and second level background checks. So you won't really be able to hide who you are. So when you're ready for services, you can call off of your own number." It's different if this person wants to cover their identity, confidentiality, if they are, at a certain level or they're in the public eye. And, because for example, when I do my chat calls, I call off a private number because I don't want anybody to track down my number and pull up to my house where I have my family. So that's normal. But in this case, it was a little uncalled for, because I've had several people in the past try to get my business shut down out of jealousy and envy. So I have to keep my eye open. So when it comes to destiny destroyers, you have to understand that the same way God has a big, bright destiny plan for you, the devil sees that too. Like the devil can see your destiny. Like he can see who you are called to be. And he will stop at nothing to use people as tools to derail you from the right path. A lot of women get their destiny destroyed by meeting the wrong man. That's why I tell women, control that urge for romance, control that urge for partnership, control the love that you're looking for, give it to yourself. Because a lot of women's destinies get destroyed from meeting the wrong man, letting the wrong man into their life, who see your bright light, who sees God's hand on you, who sees favor on you, and they want to come in and entangle themselves into that. That's what a lot of men like to do. So keep your antennas up. Keep your eyes open, because remember, your destiny, it's your job to protect your destiny. It's your job to protect the blessings that God is going to bring into your life. It's your job to protect yourself from the enemy and his devices and people that he will send. Don't ever let your guard down. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much this person is complimenting you. I don't care how nice this person appears to be, how supportive this person appears to be. Never let your guard down, because always remember, Delilah came in as a lover of Samson. She came in as a supporter of Samson. She came in as someone who was interested in Samson's growth, showering him with warmth and sweet words. But that was far from Delilah's true agenda with Samson. Many people are possessed by the Delilah spirit. You guys have a blessed day. Class, don't forget to be there. We have self-mastery and manifestation. Yes. In order to stop living the life that does not belong to you, you have to put in the work to live the life that does belong to you. In this class, we're going to talk about mastering yourself, of course, mastering your characteristics, changing your mind, and doing what you need to do to manifest your 4D into your 3D. If you don't know the difference between 4D and 3D, Google it. But we're also going to talk about how to get your manifestations right here, right now to this dimension so you can move your life forward. Also, divestor pathway. Come on. Which one of you guys are ready to leave the past behind, leave your old group of friends behind, leave your toxic family behind, and do what's necessary to create the life that you desire? Divesting can be scary for people because you're basically starting everything by yourself and you're leaving everybody behind. So you're going to go through life by yourself, at least for the start of it. But it's okay. This class is going to give you the tools and really the resources on how to navigate starting an entire brand new life away from your toxic family and environment. Don't forget to sign up.